Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dig Deep. I'm Kuvy, the founder of Root, the Good Food Agency. And if you're new to the channel, this is a channel where we basically share all the things that you'd want to know if you're in the natural products industry. So we chat with natural products experts about tips and trends and things they've learned along the way. We discuss best marketing strategies to get ahead. We dish on industry events as we are today, and we taste, try, and talk about new products and trends, all of which we're going to be doing today with Julie Zagars. Hi, Julie. Thanks so much for joining us. Julie is my partner in crime over on Instagram at the Good Food. It's Good Food Adventurers. So it's at Good Food Adventurers. And that's where you'll find Julie and I getting up to all kinds of fun with food. So today we are going to be, Julie and I both went to Expo West in March, and we made lots of notes, took lots of photos, lots of videos, and really did a deep dive on the trends we were seeing at Expo West and also on the things that really stood out that we thought deserved a nod. So we're calling these the goodies since we're the Good Food Adventurers. And we are going to jump in today by talking first about what is Expo West. So you may not know what Expo West is, or if you have some idea, you may not know just how cool it is. So Natural Products Expo West is in Anaheim every March. It's for the natural products industry, and it's the largest natural products expo in the whole world. This year, I think they had close to 65,000 attendees. Julie, it was crazy, wasn't it?
As always, it's energizing, it's inspiring, it's utterly exhausting, and it's so worth our time in Anaheim.
And we have to take extra shoes because our feet get tired walking all those through all those arenas. It's like football. It's like football arenas. So there was 30% first-time exhibitors, as well as big brands like Pathwater and Oatly and Chomps, Organic Valley. But again, they also the little guys there too. And we saw creativity from all sectors. Julie, do you want to jump in and maybe tell us a little bit about some of the overarching themes that you saw?
I'm going to give you a quick glance into what our lives look like as we are out there on the show floor. It's the kind of thing where you're hitting 10,000 steps before noon. You are tasting amazing things that are going to hit the grocery store shelves of your local retailers 9 months, 12 months from now. It's just an amazing preview full of all the exciting, hottest, newest, latest trends, and we're going to see what sticks. So we're going to give you an overview here of some of the hot trends that we saw.
That's right. So, I mean, I feel like I can summarize the trends that I saw in two main sort of master trends, and that is both and also leveling up. So both and these could almost be lumped into one master trend, because basically what this is what we saw is that folks were taking trends that have been popular over the years and just taking it to the next level. They were combining trends, they were combining benefits. It's no longer about just organic, it's organic and sustainable. It's no longer about alternative meat and dairy. It's ultra clean alternative meat and dairy. It's superfoods and multifunctional foods. It's everything from probiotic ice cream to Ayurveda powered chocolate to superfood oatmeal blends. Julie, does that fit in with about what you saw too? Did I look?
Talk about the protein continuing to be just so dominant.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's, trends we saw that are trends with longevity, trends that have been around for a long time that everyone's heard of by now. And then there was, of course, trends where they were newer trends. So let's kick off with some trends with longevity. The biggest trend is still protein is king. And I don't even need to get into that in detail because you guys know protein in absolutely everything. There's protein in plant-based items. There's protein in crazy things like pasta. There's people looking for protein from what we normally consider protein. So whole food sources like animal meat, even organ meat mixed in. Yeah, Julie, anything to add to that or?
I think you hit it on the head when you mentioned the Chad and Barney's sturdy sauce. You don't expect to be getting protein from the pasta sauce, and yet here's a company that has found a way to do exactly that.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Um, More trends with longevity are those functional foods, right? We've been talking about, hearing about, learning about, excited about functional foods for years and years now, and there's no stopping these functional foods. So folks looking for food to help them achieve something. Julie, you want to show that to the camera? Like put it up close so we can see. Yes. Tell us about
As
that.
we're talking about functional foods, fermented foods, probiotics,
Yeah.
this is a prebiotic fiber smoothie, for instance.
Yep. Yep. And of course, fermented foods great for gut health, brain and cognitive health. I mean, probiotics were in everything, even ice cream. Um, and related subjects, mushrooms and fungi. Yeah. I love it. How many suitcases did you bring home?
Well, I was driving, so I had the entire car to fill up with exciting samples.
That's
Our
beautiful.
friends at Ohm Mushroom continue to make great products like this superfood mushroom blend matcha latte. The folks at Polka and Dot have these connect chocolates with mushrooms and adaptogens designed to stimulate, arouse, energize, and encourage bliss.
Oh, goodness.
Who couldn't use a little more bliss?
That's
Right?
exciting.
We're
Yeah.
also seeing uh, the mushrooms show up in supplements the way that you might anticipate,
Mm,
but also in products like Nature's Find yogurt, which
mm.
is this nutritional funky protein discovered in Yellowstone National Park. And they make this yogurt in peach and strawberry and vanilla with this chickpea protein. And it's so good.
So good. I was one of the judges for the Nexties, and we were all just blown away when we were tasting the Nature's Find. Yeah, okay. Low sugar, still very big. It's fantastic, right? Things where you feel like it's a permissible indulgence because it has less sugar than before, some better for you treats. Upcycled ingredients, and I think we'll be talking a little bit more about some upcycled ingredients in a moment. Condiments with global influences, for example, Indian, huge. Kelp and algae everywhere, seaweed, kelp, algae. Very interesting. Convenience, of course. I mean, that's not even a trend. That's just a permanent thing that people are looking for these days. And then, as we mentioned before, clean labels where the labels are simple. There's nothing artificial. It's stuff that you would find in your kitchen that you can understand on the label.
I've got to mention in the kelp and algae world, there's just a really interesting range of products. It's everything from foraged and found pickles, which were Nexty Award winners, a whole bunch of beverages, chips, and even like the Badger Company's face mineral sunscreen,
Mm-hmm.
old seaweed extract, and Oceanly Lash Serum Mascara, which was another Nexty Award winner.
I'm using the Badger bug spray right now. Actually, I'm in the Caribbean today, and I'm using that liberally, I can tell you.
I hope it's helping to salvage your trip.
Yep. And then so trend this photo is a picture of the goodies that I took home from Expo West. Just some of them I may add. But emerging and evolving trends, right? So those are the trends that in a way aren't trends. They're just what we've been seeing for so long now that you've come to expect them. They're baseline. They're what you expect. These are emerging and evolving trends, things that we're seeing more of, or things that are even new that we saw. And Julie, help me jump in on this one. Do you want to jump in and
I
talk
think
about?
one of the big things was the better for you sodas and the sober curious movement are really blurring the lines between those two separate categories. And it's just leading to an absolute explosion in bubbly beverages. So we are talking about just an incredibly wide range of innovative concepts. Melting Forest is zero sugar canned beverages with adaptogens and nootropics. Good Idea is a Swedish canned beverage line that aims to help balance blood sugars. Naked Life has non-alcoholic versions of classic cocktails, whereas Yas Functional are cocktails that are alcohol-free with energizing yerba mate or relaxing ashwagandha. Yeah, like we talked about before. Yes, and both and. Free AF has this whiskey ginger mocktail that won a Nexty for best adult non-alcoholic beverage. And I love that because they have this sort of warming factor that gives you that feeling that you get after like that second sip of wine, only in an beverage. And honestly, this list just goes on forever. True Sea Moss Lemonade, Umi, which is a marine plant beverage line with red algae as a probiotic key ingredient. There were a number of companies that are working with birch tree sap, birch tree water, like 52 Degrees North and Sip Sap. And then there are products like Walker Brothers Beverage Company that won a Nexty for their tangerine and coffee kombucha. Just loads of really interesting and innovative beverages. Now, the other thing that we're seeing is that similar sort of evolution. A few years ago, it was all about gluten-free, and then that became more of a focus on grain-free. Similarly, keto and grain-free are now giving way to more emphasis on protein, particularly front-of-label claims. That also means collagen and the rise of beef tallow. And you can see how this supplements the concept of protein is king. So we're talking like Bonza protein waffles, Coco June organic dairy-free probiotic Greek-style cultured yogurt. It's got 8 grams of protein, and we eat a lot of that pineapple yuzu flavor in my household. We're also seeing collagen in things like this Sunkissed hydration collagen electrolyte drink, the limeade kind of a product. Everyday Dose has their bold coffee, mushrooms, collagen, protein, nootropics, really all over the place. We are also seeing very colorful packaging. Think of this along the lines of people who buy wines based on the bottle design. Seeing just an increase in color and excellent graphic design. We're also seeing one thing I love, more energy supplements formulated without caffeine and instead relying on mushrooms to be those energy boosts. For instance, Charlotte's Web has this energy support with cordyceps and shiitake. This is a focus support with lion's mane. Ohm as well has some other options and a couple of other great companies. Like the Solarite has the Sharp Mind caffeine-free energy with a whole range of mushrooms to help support, and they in fact won a Nexty for best supplement for the mind. Brain MD Peak Energy was a Nexty award winner for best supplement for the body. And Gaia Herbs has a metabolic activator that won for best supplement trailblazer. I'm excited about all of these products.
I mean, I heard that lion's mane is the new up and coming. It's the big hot mushroom or fungi right now. So,
That's
yeah,
certainly what we're seeing. And I know that you were seeing some trends about hydration without water.
yeah. Hydration gummies, for example. How interesting that is, and great if you're like traveling on the plane and all you have is a backpack with you. You know. And then of course, pickles. Pickles have been huge for a couple of years now. They just continue their rise. You know, we have Fermented Food Holdings is one of our clients, so we work with Bubby's Fine Foods, Bubby's Pickles all the time. So I feel like I see Bubby's everywhere, but actually I think Bubby's pickles rather really are everywhere these days. You know,
There was also that amazing nuts for cheese.
I was gonna say, even the nuts for cheese had that organic dill pickle creamy cashew dip flavor. That was a Nexty award winner that we had to give them the award. You know, it was so good.
That was so good. I totally agree.
And then the continuing on with those evolving trends. So Indian food is huge right now. They've got the bright coloring, they've got bright packaging, to your point a moment ago. I think the Indian foods, as they become more mainstream, are using more straightforward language that folks can readily understand. And for example, judging the Nexties, there was a fantastic organic fermented garlic pickle. Speaking of pickles, right? Again, all these trends, like multiple trends in each product. The Pure Indian Foods organic fermented garlic pickle was both fermented and beautiful package, and was the Nexty Spice and Condiments winner. And, they've been eating fermented garlic pickle for centuries. But it's wonderful that we now have, you're seeing these on more shelves now. So mainstream America can jazz up their food a little. Why don't you jump in on the regenerative organic certifications?
We're psyched to see so many brands really tout their ROC status. And although many consumers are just beginning their educational journey, having brands call it out so clearly, like we're seeing here with the Zico Oats, really helps with the education piece. We're also seeing certifying bodies like ROC and support organizations like Regen Brands and Regenerified that are going to help everybody along this journey. So we're just really excited to see that there are more products where their ingredients are being farmed regeneratively, and that's a growing category. That includes things like the Nexty Award winner for the best savory or salty snack. These are the El Nacho premium tortilla chips in Ms. Mango flavor with hot honey, mango, and lime, made with 100% avocado and regeneratively farmed corn. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm going to say mango's a hot flavor trend right now. Lemon and mango are the two of the big hot flavors that are big right now.
And, why do we care about ROC? Well, let's talk about briefly the importance of organic. That organic farms emit 18% less global warming causing gases. They produce healthier soils that capture 44% more stable sequestered carbon, and they release 40% fewer carbon emissions. This is good all around. I'm excited to be able to buy more of these products more regularly.
Me too. Speaking of healthy soil, healthy foods, it's almost like a return to the old days. Like folks are actually looking for real foods, a little bit like clean labels, right? They're looking for food that's real, that they know what it is, they understand what it is. They're growing their backyard gardens. They're looking for real whole foods. They're looking for things that they understand. So for example, Dress It Up dressing, huge shout out to Sophia. It's dressing that's as healthy as your salad is. So it's literally just olive oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. That's it. I mean, that's what I use when I make salad dressing at my house. And it's great to be able to just buy it right off the shelf. Flanagan Farm sauerkraut, for example, they're just organic cabbage, water, sea salt, and organic granulated garlic. Even ice cream sandwiches, Green Girl is just cassava flour, coconut sugar, applesauce, chocolate chips, coconut oil, and baking soda. So I love this to see labels like that. Smaller portions are going along with the continued interest in GLP-1s and weight loss culture that we're seeing so strong right now. But also the smaller portions help with pricing in this budget conscious era that we're in right now. And then crunch is a fun trend that we saw that we just wanted to mention. So on that note.
So the idea is that these are some of our personal favorite products.
That's right.
Let's talk about best upcycle.
Yeah.
Now, if you are a company that is making and selling hard-boiled eggs, what do you do with the imperfectly shelled eggs? Well, Uli's got really clever, and they have transformed those eggs into a dairy-free yogurt and a line of dips. So their packaging on those yogurt cups has these fun little winks that they're oval instead of being round. And there's a yolk-shaped dimple under each cup to sort of reinforce that upcycled ingredient inclusion. This is all made from free-range eggs, excuse me. And the products therefore can deliver up to 11 grams of protein per serving. So the yogurts come in vanilla, key lime, and berry blend, and the dips are garlic and herb, spicy pepper, yellow curry, Mediterranean tomato, and red beet bliss. I can
And
tell you, they're all
yeah, and eggs are really, they're thin on the ground right now. They're precious. So anything we can do to use them and not be wasteful with them is a good thing. Did you say you tried them? Did you get an eggy taste at all or no?
a little bit, particularly in the yogurts where you're expecting that traditionally to be just a sweeter, almost dessert-like experience.
Mhm.
It's a faint flavor and it's not off-putting at all. And it's absolutely worth it for the protein boost that you're going to get.
Yeah. Did you say 11 grams per serving?
Grams.
Pretty amazing.
All right, here's another upcycle we really liked. Lundberg Family Farms and Kuvy, I know you've got a relationship with them.
Yes. I love them. We used to handle PR for them, and this really actually is a family. It's really a family farm. It's a bunch of brothers who started the farm and started Lundberg, and many of whom are still around. And yeah, they're good people. So I was really happy to see that you were nominating them.
So they used to sort out the broken grains of rice and they would only use them in their rice cakes. But I think this is a really clever idea to salvage the broken grains of jasmine rice and mix it with enough unbroken grains so that you've got a ratio that's going to preserve consistent cooking times. And then package that together, communicate the fact that it is upcycled, and pass along the savings to the consumer, allowing all of us to really get on board with this concept. Okay, speaking of eggs,
Yeah. It's funny how eggs are coming up a lot right now. So best imposter three-way tie, which I think that says something that we have so many products that are looking to give you the feeling or the benefits of other products. So the very first one is Yo Egg. They were up for a Nexty and won a Nexty for best vegan product for this product called the Patty One. So it's a quote, carefully considered protein blend and tinted with beta carotene and paprika. And Julie, kind of amazing, right?
I was blown away by the poached one with its runny egg yolk. It was so persuasive. It was so good. And I love the idea that, say, you're a chef and you want to offer a conventional option to your omnivore guests, and you want to be able to offer your vegan guests something that is not dissimilar. This might be a great way to bridge that gap.
And also a lot less hard than having to make an egg sous vide, right? These are just already ready. They're already perfect. You're not going to get the timing wrong on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another imposter we loved. Fabolish. I was blown away by their tzatziki and ranch sauces. I mean, they're organic, gluten-free, soy-free, free of the top 9 allergens. Staffed booths with really friendly people. Everything was bright and vibrant, and you'd never know that this was a vegan product.
Such
Free
nice
with
people. I'm so glad
peach.
they won the Nexty. Yeah.
Okay, another one we really enjoyed was Conscious, and I've been so impressed with them the last 3 years that they have been exhibiting at Expo West. And somehow I just had not had a chance to try this particular product, but it did in fact win a Nexty last year. This is salmon made from carrot and konjac root. It is a vegan product. You will find it in the frozen section. And again, incredibly persuasive. This is absolutely something I will be buying. Okay, let's talk about best rebrand. Tosi previously had a clear package with a green label. And this year, they are just embracing the rainbow. They have gone bright and colorful, almost cartoonish, which is something that we saw with a lot of brands this year. It- Rebranding for very upbeat imagery. It's very fun. It's very lively. And you wonder, is it an offshoot of the trend of buying wines because you like the label? We're seeing this across multiple brands. This was just a lot of fun. And it's going to make for very lively grocery aisles. Okay, most unexpected ingredients. Consumers are beginning to hear dental product claims about hydroxyapatite to strengthen teeth. But what I wonder is if the keto crowd is ready to start brushing their teeth with crushed cow bones. So while eggshells have been previously used in some alternative toothpaste products, including those from Van Man, and I've used some of those previously, this was a new one for me. Now, Van Man is also making a skin balm that features a grass-fed bison tallow and manuka honey. And thankfully, this smells more like a candle than a cow. And I'm totally on board with the power of manuka honey. So despite being an almost vegetarian, I have been embracing this sample, leading to softer hands. But, I applaud Van Man for certainly being on trend with their choice of ingredients. But I think I might stick with my Uncle Harry's that I've used for longer. Their line of toothpaste and tooth powders includes anise and cinnamon flavors, in addition to your traditional peppermint.
And you know those guys, don't you?
Yeah. Wonderful humans, creating really family-based business. Okay, most clever. Here's a bit of a brain trick. You take a silicone straw and a plastic vase, and you pop on this scented pod. And then when you put it in water, you are tricking your brain into perceiving flavor. Calorie-free, sugar-free flavor. The way that this works, there's a little notch inside the straw, and that helps to bring in more air and therefore more opportunities to embrace this scent as you are drinking your plain and unflavored water.
That is
Now, these
crazy. That might be one of my very favorite products from the whole show.
flavors include peach and watermelon and wild berry. We love that the pods are recyclable and that their pod production facility in the Netherlands is entirely powered by wind energy. And yeah, like I said, it's just one of the most clever products, one of the coolest innovations.
No
So,
calories. That's fantastic.
here's another product you love, Kuvy.
Yes. So this goodie goes for freshest taste, and it's the dress it up dressing that I mentioned earlier. It's do we have a video to show? Let's show the video. Let's just go right into the video. I think that explains
There
it.
she is. Here I am. So this is the Green Goddess, folks. Super excited about this. Nice little taster, and look how pretty these are. Beautiful. So I just shoot it.
Just
Like
knock
that.
him back like a shot.
Okay, here it goes. This is gonna be so
If
messy.
it gets ugly, I'm gonna.
We'll cut it. Oh my god. Especially at Expo, having something like this that's just so zingy and crunchy. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
I think the video says it all, honestly. I was just absolutely blown away. Clean, whole ingredients, or clean, real ingredients, clean label, great story, beautiful labels. Everything about that was good. And anything that can get me to eat more salad is always a good thing.
It's just so much fun seeing you fall in love with products in real time like that on the show floor.
Thank you. Yeah, I was literally that goofy out there, I have to admit.
All right, let's talk about the most unexpected booth. The Make America Healthy Again was a surprise
It was.
and was perhaps the most deserted booth on the show floor, despite their merchandise that was available for purchase. And that's about all I have to say about that.
Yep. Okay.
Can I talk about the most fun and surprising?
Yes, the most fun and surprising. And now I didn't get to see what are the little circles called, the discs called that you put on the straw?
Air Up.
Air Up. I didn't see the Air Ups. So my vote for this type of thing in this type of category goes to the Nude Mints, but the Air Up is I'd say is a close, maybe even a tie. But yeah, Nude Mints. So they're kind of mints. I mean, they're not what you expect to be mints, but basically when you first walk into this hole, the first and almost the only thing you see is this massive booth. Yeah, actually let's watch the video really quick. Actually, I think that all this is just the seed, right? So huge booth. Tropicana is it's the booth, the folks that own the booth, and they've created these nude mints, and so the mints are in these little crazy little. It's almost like a little game. It's hard to explain. It looks a little bit like a Tic Tac box, but they have these little droplets inside that sort of go through the maze, and you pull back I don't know what you'd call that either, catch the lever, and then out pops a little clear droplet. And inside of that droplet, the clear droplet is a colored droplet inside of that. So we're talking tiny. And every brand has their own version. So every Tropicana brand. So Tropicana has its own nude mint. Naked has one. Kavita has one. Izzy has one. Dole has one. And these nude mints are essentially supposed to, well, what when you first have that droplet in your mouth and it kind of bursts, the first liquid that hits your mouth is supposed to be a breath freshener. And then what they say is that the next wave of liquid, the center one, actually makes its way down to your upper GI tract. And they say that it addresses the source of return odor. So I've never heard of return odor before. I don't really want to know that much about what that means exactly, but according to them, it's gut freshening. So certainly fun and unusual and kind of, very novel, a novel product. Sugar-free, 0 calorie, and GMP certified, apparently.
Now, I think the hottest swag on the show floor were those pink puffy totes from Belgian Boys. Were you lucky enough to get one of those?
Oh no, I wish.
I didn't have any luck either. But they were certainly recognizable. And I think the folks at Belgian Boys anticipated the demand because you'll see even on their booth signage, it said, "We are not a bag company." No, they continue to be a great waffle brand, just with really covetable totes. I think the other hot swag this year was from Vasa Crackers, where they photographed their crackers and turned them into these vegan suede yoga mats. And they also had meditation cushions. One way that you could get
one. I love
is
it.
showing up for morning yoga.
So you're doing yoga and you're hungry. It's making you hungry.
Thankfully, they've got samples showing you all of the ways that you can top their delicious crackers.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
I'm going to give a runner-up also to Liquid IV, who also sponsored another morning yoga and not only gave away yoga mats, but these really nice sturdy water bottles. The only way to get those particular items is by coming to the free morning yoga classes out on the plaza. Then you get to take home a free mat. And
Oh,
sometimes
that's why I didn't get one. Early in the morning.
we'll see you bright and early next year, Kuvy.
That's right.
Coolest booth design, I think, is a tie.
Yeah.
This oversized yogurt cup from Stonyfield not only was just an eye-catching part of the booth, but it created a meeting space on a very noisy area. You can see from the walls inside the yogurt cup that they had video screens that were telling the story of the history of the company, which was terrific. And you're actually seeing co-founder here, Gary, talking to a group of students. So Kuvy, I know you also had your own favorite booth design.
I really did. And I did love this Stonyfield giant yogurt cup too. But this Violife booth was kind of amazing. It was at least as big as the Tropicana booth, huge, and had several parts to it. It was almost like a haunted house, but not haunted, because you could walk through these different rooms and do all these different fun things. So what we're seeing right now is the mirror room. And essentially, it's these really cool magnetic speech balloons where they ask you prompting questions. You fill them out and then you can stick them up on the wall, kind of like what you would do at Instagram, except this is in real life, writing something on a real wall. And if you confess, you get a free tote bag. And the whole thing was really to show off their new non-dairy creamers. Apparently, they have a breakthrough lentil-based formula of creamers, and these creamers were so tasty. So this first room was this, and you could win a tote bag for filling out a fun comment thing and sticking it up. You walk around the corner, and there's basically mannequin hands holding, just hands sticking out of the wall holding their different creamers, which, you know, takes you aback for a moment. And then a wall, you walk around another corner and there's just a wall of TVs showing off their different products. And then again, you walk around and you see this huge tasting center. And like I said, those creamers were really, really tasty. So it was really impressive. It was wonderful to have. It was fun, right? They really made it interactive, and they made it fun, and they made you, it was very show stopping, shall we say.
Can you share with us what your dairy-free secret was?
I didn't actually fill it out. I was too busy filming.
Taking your dairy-free secrets to the grave. So much for the creamy confessions.
I didn't confess.
The most engaging booth interaction, I think, goes to Tony's Chocolonely, where they had this claw arcade game, and you could try to win a selection of their products.
I've never been to those.
As this young man did. This is not a skill set that I possess, but it was great fun to cheer him on, and the staff was so great about consolation prizes for us losers who have not spent enough quarters at the arcade in our youth.
That's a great idea.
And I thought was very interesting was the folks at True Earth, which is a laundry detergent and fabric softener that come in a strip, had a sleight of hand close-up magician who worked this product into his patter and had this absolutely rapt audience of folks who were close by, listening to every word that he had to share as he was talking about not only sort of the patter that goes with the magic tricks, but also here's the incredible amount of waste generated each year when you've got a liquid laundry detergent in a plastic jug that you hope will make it to a recycling center rather than a landfill, but it doesn't always. So he had $2,000 that he was ready to give to somebody who could manage to best him in this truth or lie human lie detection competition. And it was just fascinating watching people attempt and fail. It was very entertaining, but again, it was this great opportunity for the folks at True Earth to think outside of the box and to be really clever in how they were engaging the audience. And it's really successful.
You said he did a great job of weaving in their messaging as he was playing the game with people, right?
Yeah, I really appreciated that he understood their priorities, and that's what he was communicating while keeping us all very entertained.
I love that. I think it's brilliant.
Products we can't wait to buy. I am running to the grocery store the minute these Egg Life pastas hit the shelves. So this is a gluten-free, dairy-free pasta with twice the protein of what you would normally find in a wheat-based pasta. Egg Life also makes these protein-packed, low-carb egg wraps. And honestly, you didn't even need a sauce on top of the sun-dried tomato fettuccine. That power pasta was so good. I know you had a dance party.
I did. I had a dance party. A part of the Honey Mama's booth, and these gals, hats off to these gals for being game to dance with me. But I just had to dance because I was so darn excited about this new product that's coming out. So Honey Mama is now making protein bars, protein crunch bar. I mean, any excuse to eat Honey Mama's products, you know, and if they've got protein in them, then absolutely cannot wait. So that's their first functional offering. It's got 8 grams of protein per serving, and the flavors are going to be peanut butter brownie, peanut chocolate chip, and chocolate cookie flavors. So they're really, you know, they're leaning into the fun. They're not pretending this is like a particularly health bar, but it's definitely gluten and dairy free. Like I said, it's got the 8 grams of protein, and it's made with real whole foods. Again, real whole foods, clean label, plant protein. There's no chalky powders or ingredients you can't pronounce, according to the company. So I love Honey Mamas, and cannot wait to buy that product.
I've long been a fan of that Oregon mint. And it's that great combination where it's not quite a bar and it's not quite a brownie and it's not cake.
Yep.
It's indulgence. It's its own thing and it's so delicious.
That's
We know,
exact-
look at those in the refrigerated section of your local grocery shelves. And the other item that I'm psyched about is a frozen product. Oh, actually, is it frozen or just refrigerated? Now that I say that, I'm not positive.
I will look it up while you tell
Okay.
people it.
Pioa is a pizza company dedicated to providing jobs to deaf individuals. So the workplace is 100% accessible to those who use ASL. And in fact, everybody at the booth was signing, and I had a chance to sign my gratitude for this terrific miso eggplant pizza. It's good. Eggplants, white miso paste, maple syrup, sesame seeds, and leeks. And you are not going to miss the cheese on this. This was
Wow.
interesting new flavors. Certainly did not taste like a mass-produced pizza.
You know,
And
I'm never attracted to the sound of eggplant. I always think of it as being slimy, but this was good, huh?
this was fantastic. This is a Next Year Award winner.
Yeah,
And
we
as I know
I
how
did-
much you love getting the inside scoop on all the hot new products.
yes.
Okay,
Wonderful.
and with that, that about ties things up for us in terms of
Aw,
our
cute.
highlights.
Yeah. That was such a great show. And I can't wait for Newtopia Now, which is coming up August 20th through 22nd. Julie, I know you and I are both going to be there. Hopefully we will see you guys there as well. We'll be sure to add blogs and YouTube episodes that help prep for the show, help with key messaging, booth ideas, networking, some things that you can expect when you come to Newtopia Now, what's going to be different this year versus last year. So make sure you follow Root at Root MKTG PR on our Instagram. Follow Julie and I at Good Food Adventurers. And make sure you check out our YouTube channel that you're watching right now, but please subscribe so that you can be sure to watch all the upcoming episodes as well. Thanks so much for your time today, everybody.